Welcome to Pro Tool Reviews. If you're in the market for a heavy-duty 6-inch corded grinder, the Metabo WP13 150 Quick might be the tool for you. Let me show you what it's all about. All right, so what comes in the box is an instruction manual, which I left in there. It does come with a cutoff wheel removable guard, which I'll show you how to use that later on when we put the cutoff wheel on. And here is a 6-inch disc that we will put on a grinding disc, and we obviously have our tool. Now, it does come with a removable side handle, so this side handle does have anti-vibration technology built into it to help isolate your hand. It is installable on both the left or the right side of the tool. I'll install that in just a moment. I want to walk you through the tool first. Now, first off, this is a corded model, so that means you get an 8-foot cord to help you get to wherever you might be working. So throw that aside since we don't need to have that here, yeah, so 8-foot cord. Now the other thing is that this is a 12-amp tool, so plenty of torque, plenty of power to get you through. The motor that is inside of here runs at 10,000 RPM, so 10,000 RPM, plenty of speed, and the motor also has a 20% higher capacity in high torque settings and also 50% more torque than previous models. So that's sort of stuff that's up inside of here that we can't see. Now what we can see, we have some vents on the back side of here, and this motor is dust protected to help give you some longevity to this tool, so expect a long motor life. Now, as far as the trigger goes, is a paddle switch, a very long paddle switch. So it goes all the way from up here, all the way to the back of the tool, and there's a safety. I cannot depress this switch until I flip this little red safety out of the way. So again, you can use it back here. I can choke up here and use it up towards the front, or I can activate it and use it in the back. So it kind of gives you multiple positions to be able to put your hands on the grinder. There is no rubber overmold or anything like that on this grinder, so it is just a plastic. The entire body is plastic here. But something else that's interesting, and I didn't do this, but it's in the documentation for it, is that the gearbox is removable and repositionable. So if I'm in a situation where I want to maybe position the handle on the side because I'm using it for just cutting operations, I can undo these 4 screws, index this in at 90 degrees either direction, and turn it so the handle is on the bottom position when I'm using it in a cutoff type situation. So one little feature kind of built in, can customize this tool to your particular application. So in the box, the guard does not come installed. I already installed it, but I'm going to go ahead and remove this and put it back on to show you how that works. There is a position, let me find it, where this is removable. There it is. And so what we have here is we have our removable quick nut. We have this nut as well that we position our grinding disc against. And we also have this lever right here, which is how we index the guard and lock it in position. Now, yes, the guard is removable, but once we put the guard on, we should leave it on because you cannot use a grinder without a guard. So in order to place that, if you notice, up inside of the guard here, there's these little spots that are kind of bump out. Those align with the head of this. So when we put this in the right position, it will only fit one way, just like that, and then make sure we're all the way on, and then turn it, we are locked on. So now this guard can't fall off, it's sturdy, and it locks in position, and then when I use the little lever here, pull it back, I can index this to the final position that I'm actually going to use it in. So you can, again, customize it so it gives you the maximum amount of control, visibility, and also protection for yourself as you're in a grinding or cutting operation. Now, the reason that they call this the WP13 150 Quick is because of this. And they have a tool-free way to remove your grinding disc. So we can put a grinding disc on. I'm going to show you all that it takes to put this on. Simply put your disc on, thread your lock nut on, depress your collar lock here, and just turn this by hand, and you're locked on. Removing is just as simple. I'm going to go ahead and lock it in position, and then with my bare hands, now no tools or anything, can unscrew this, and that'll pop right off. I have an older model of the 4.5-inch model of this, and I've used it many, many times for several years now, and the quick lock nut has never failed me. It always works. So something you can rely on, something that's actually very easy to use, and there you go. That's locked in position. So now we're ready to actually start grinding something. Again, we can access the indexing button for the guard right on the side here, turn this to whichever direction we need to in order to get the ideal visibility and also protection that we need. All right, so now that we have this installed on here, I'm gonna go ahead and swap this over to a grinding wheel, or a cutoff wheel, so you can see what that looks like when we put that guard on. So I'm gonna remove my nut, take my disc off, go ahead and take my cutoff wheel disc, put that on. Lock that into position. And now I want to install my guard. It's pretty simple actually. It just simply slips on and we're in position. So now again, we can position this where we need to, so we have the protections in place, so if we're doing a cutting operation we can, but now this guard is in place to help protect you in the event that this disc experiences some kind of breakage or shatters. So go ahead, and this is also removable, so I can click these. Oh, and also the other thing is I can remove the disc with this guard in place. So same thing, I can lock my spindle here, remove the nut, remove my disc, swap discs, and then I'd be ready to go. So to remove this, there's these little tabs on the side here. We're just going to depress those. This is a new tool, so it's a little stiff, but once we depress these little tabs, it allows us to remove it from the shield, and we're ready to go back to a grinding disc. Now there's some other things that I think I'll try to demonstrate while we test this out that are features of this, and one of those is a brake. A brake is built into it, so if we're using a grinding disc, they say that it's supposed to stop within 2 seconds, and if we're actually using cutoff wheels, it's supposed to stop within 1 second. So we're going to try that out. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the grinder with the grinding disc and just grind some steel here, take some of the finish off as if we're preparing for a weld or something like that. I just want to get a feel for how this feels when I bear down on it, when I try to push it a little harder, and just see overall performance. All right, so having used this now for just a little bit of grinding here, yeah, I can really press down on there and didn't have any issues with any kind of slowdown of the motor or anything like that. So now let's give this a shot with cutting using a cutoff wheel. So now I've repositioned. I have the same piece of steel I'm going to keep in here. I have already swapped in my cutoff disc along with putting the cutoff disc guard in place. So now we're going to go ahead and just give it a try at cutting through this steel. This is about inch by inch tubing here. So here we go with that. So I probably should angle this back just a little bit more, and I'm going to do that one more time, just to cut through there with pretty easily. So what's kind of fun about reviewing grinders is that they really just do one thing. Well, in the case of this one too, we can use it for grinding operations and cutting operations. Yeah, I didn't extensively test it with cutting rebar and other types of steels or anything like that, but really it was more just to see function and how it works. And the one thing that I said earlier is that it had a built-in brake, and I have to take that back. This particular model actually doesn't. When I looked at the back, the packaging and on the box, actually, this model comes as a feature on some models. So you want to pay attention to that. If a brake is something that you're looking for on your tool, you're going to want to grab one. that has that outlined on the end of your box. And what Metabo does is they have these little codes and images on the end of the box to give you an idea what the particular features of this tool is. When you review specs on the box, it kind of goes over a lot of general specs. So what I did is what I did before I did this review is I kind of skimmed over the box, saw what it said it had, but then when I read the small print, it said, look at the end to see exactly what this particular model has. Everything else still stands true. As far as the motor, the speeds, and all the other features, the only thing that this does not have is a built-in brake. For most standard grinding, cutting operations, that's gonna be fine, but maybe in your particular application, you need a brake, make sure you get the right model. That being said, grinder, does a good job. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. And being that it's a 6-inch model, you're gonna have a little bit more cut capacity when you're using it in a cutting operation. And obviously some more grinding space as well because you're using larger discs than say a 4.5 or 5-inch grinder. This model is available online or wherever you get your Metabo tools. I am curious to know what your thoughts are on this Metabo grinder. If you have any questions or thoughts about this, leave us a comment below. Have you made the switch from corded to cordless for your grinding? I'm curious to know that as well. Leave me a comment. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to our channel, do that so you don't miss out on any of these videos. And as always, thanks for watching.